to get anything, but if you do see something that you like, you can get it today. So just and in appreciation for your time, the company has a monthly drawing for $1,000 that I get to enter you in, so that's exciting. You never know. I'm also in a contest right now that I'm really excited about based on my results, so I'm working towards that. And before I tell you a little bit about Cutco, I just wanted to give you a little history on the company. We've been in business since 1949, and we sell millions of dollars of Cutco a year. We have over 12 million customers. All of the Cutco knives are made in the U.S. and are factory in Olean, New York. Yeah, I've actually been there. And just to give you a sense of the quality of our products, I wanted to show you these first. Do you by any chance have a penny that I can use?
I think that I have, yeah.
I need your newest shiny penny. Great, thank you. Okay, these are our super shears, and these just kind of give you an idea how tough they are.
Wow, oh my,
pretty cool, huh?
That's amazing.
Wire and that hard molded plastic that everything comes in.
They are very versatile. They're made of a really high carbon steel, so they're very strong. And the thermal resin handles are made for comfort. They're made for left or right-handed people. And the material won't rust or corrode because, let me show you, you can pull them apart. You can either put them in the dishwasher to clean or wash them by hand because you know how messy shears can get. And they just kind of go back together like that. They are perfect for paper, cardboard, plastic, rubber tubing, thin metals. I've heard of people using them for in the kitchen. They're great for just joining a turkey. My roommate uses them on pizza. You can just use them for pretty much anything.
Yeah.
But to give you, I want to tell you where we got the idea for Cutco.
Yeah, that's very familiar.
These are actually the world's most expensive knives. And they're the most expensive because they have to be replaced over and over again. Most people end up with a drawer full of knives that don't work. And there's some generals that you should know about cutlery. For example, there's two types of handles. There's a wooden handle or a plastic handle. Wooden handles are very attractive when you buy them, but over time they become unsanitary. Because they absorb bacteria, oil, grease, and they fade, they crack, things like that. Where the plastic handles are more sanitary, but they are usually the blade's glued in there, so a lot of times it'll fall out. They're a lot more likely to melt, chip, crack, and they're slippery when they're wet. Two types of steel, carbon and stainless steel. Carbon steel, it'll hold an edge really well, but it tends to rust, pit, and corrode, so it's not sanitary. So then you have your stainless steel, which is more sanitary, it's easier to clean, but it's a softer metal, so it'll get dull faster and you're going to have to sharpen it more frequently. Okay? Two types of edges. There's a straight edge or a serrated edge. A serrated edge it's pretty sharp, but it tends to rip and tear when it cuts. I don't know if you ever noticed that. It's not the cleanest cut. A straight edge will make a cleaner cut, but it's going to need to be sharpened more frequently. In terms of construction, most kitchen knives have a partial take construction. See how the blade only goes halfway down the handle? Have you ever had one wiggle in your hand?
All the time that happens. I see what you're saying.
Right. There's usually only two rivets. They tend to be made of brass, which is a softer metal, which expands and contracts with heat, so you'll get like that green gunk around there. Sometimes they pop out.
Yeah.
So, Cutco, we've solved all these problems.
That's good. Yeah.
Okay. That's actually called our petite carver, and I have that here for you to take a look at.
Look at that. Very nice.
Feel how it fits in your hand?
Nice and comfortable.
It's the perfect design for your hand because it's comfortable and it's a safe grip. It's got a universal fit for left or right-handed people, small or larger hands. The thumb and finger will lock into place for safety and control. And it's made of thermal resin material that won't crack, melt, chip, or break. It doesn't absorb moisture, so it's 100% sanitary. And it's heat resistant up to 330 degrees, so it's dishwasher safe.
Ooh, we need that in our family.
Yeah. Big point. We have a full tank construction. You see the blade goes all the way down.
Right.
For better strength and balance. We have 3 rivets, and they're made out of nickel, silver alloy. So they won't pop out, they won't expand or contract like I was telling you. They're also ground flush with the handle so that it's, really comfortable and easy to clean. The steel is a high carbon surgical stainless steel. it's the same type of steel doctors use in surgical instruments.
Must be
And like carbon steel, it'll hold an edge really well, but like stainless steel is very sanitary and easy to keep clean. So you get the best of both worlds,
right.
which is nice. So what I need you to do is get your favorite serrated edge knife,
Okay.
straight edge knife, and a steak knife for me, please, so we can test out the different edges.
Okay, let me get them.
Great, thank you.
You said a serrated knife, a straight edge, and what else?
Steak knife, please.
Oh, this one looks like the one we saw in the picture.
That's okay.
Okay, here we go.
Great. Okay, we use rope to test the cutting edges because it's really fibrous and tough, like meat and vegetables would be. So it'll give you a good sense of it, but it also won't hurt your knife.
Okay.
We're going to start out with the straight edge. And what I want you to do is I want you to put this back here towards the back of the blade.
Okay.
And press down hard and pull back once, and then you can saw back and forth if you need to. Okay. See what a clean cut that makes?
Yeah.
That's the advantage of a straight edge.
Okay.
Okay, now we're going to try it with the serrated edge. Same thing. Put on the back end of the knife there. One hard stroke and then back and forth. Okay, it's wobbling a little there. Okay, and see how that's just a bit of a messier
Oh, yeah.
cut?
I
Sort
do.
of rips and tears.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're going to try it with the Cutco.
Okay.
And what I want you to do with this one is just back edge and just press down hard and just pull back once.
Okay.
See how that feels.
Wow. That was really amazing.
See what a clean cut it is?
Yeah.
It cuts like a straight edge. And the reason that it works so well is it's not a serrated edge. It's a unique edge called the double D edge.
Okay.
And it actually has 3 different cutting edges. If you look at this picture up close, it cuts forward, it cuts back, and this edge is what cuts down. The points are just there to protect the recessed edges from your countertops, cutting boards, plates, because that's what will dull your knives. Many of our customers find that used regularly, the double D edge doesn't even need to be resharpened until they've been using it for about 7 to 10 years.
That'd be perfect for me.
Yeah. The coolest thing about Cutco isn't necessarily how long they stay sharp, it's our forever guarantee that we back all of our products with. The forever performance means if anything ever goes wrong with your Cutco, you can send it back to the factory and the company will fix it or replace it for free. Forever sharpness. If at any time your Cutco needs to be resharpened, you can just send it back, they'll sharpen it and polish it for free. All you pay for is the shipping. The misuse or abuse agreement. If you ever happen to damage your Cutco through abuse, like for example using it as a screwdriver or something, you can send it back to the company and they will replace it for half the current retail value. And then there's a 15-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Many of our customers like to try the product out in their own home before they make a final decision, which is why we have a money-back guarantee. If after 15 days, for any reason, you're not completely satisfied, you can send it back and get a full refund.
That's really good.
That's a great guarantee.
Yeah.
Try it out, see if it works.
Yeah.
So anytime you want to do a good job, you need the right set of tools, just like if you're going to be working in your car or playing golf or preparing a good meal. The right set of quality tools will really save you a lot of time, money, and energy. And keeping that in mind, we had a group of home economists design your Cutco set to do everything in the kitchen, 100% of your job with the minimum number of tools as efficiently as possible. And that set's called the Homemaker set. And it starts with your paring knife. Do you notice anything different about that paring knife?
It's shiny.
Yes, it is.
It has a long handle?
Yes. Most paring knives have sort of short, stubby handle that'll just kind of dig into the palm of your hand. And the full-size handle just allows for better comfort, control, it makes it safer to use. And a paring knife is great for coring peaches and nectarines, removing eyes from potatoes, removing root stems from fruits and vegetables, slicing bananas, removing strawberry tops. You want to think of a paring knife as pear in the air. So anything little that you can cut in your hand is what you want to think of for the paring knife. Yeah. Then this is the trimmer. And you'll see my trimmer is in the pearl handle. All of our knives come in either the pearl or the classic. Which color do you like better?
White.
Well, okay, whatever you want.
Okay. Have you ever tried to cut a tomato with a dull knife?
Oh, yeah, just squirts everywhere.
Yeah. Well, with the trimmer, you can get paper thin slices.
Nice.
Actually, do you have a couple of pieces of bread that you wouldn't mind if I
Sure.
use? Okay, great. I'll give you a good, yeah, it's a nice size.
Here we go.
Okay, this will just give you a good idea of how thin of a slice you can make.
Wow, yeah. Wow, look at that. That's nice.
See how thin?
Uh-huh. Wow.
Okay? So, with the trimmer, what you want to use it for is sectioning grapefruit, slicing cucumbers, like I said, tomatoes. They call it the trimmer because it's great for trimming fat from meat.
Okay.
Skinning a chicken, removing corn from the cob. It's a great tool. And this is the spatula spreader. And it's like a regular spatula spreader, but it has our edge, so it's really sharp, but it's also very flexible. See how flexible that is? Which basically makes it a sandwich making machine. Because you can scoop, spread, and cut all with one knife. So you can get all of the peanut butter out, all of the mayo, spread it on, cut the tomato if you want, cut the sandwich in half, and only one tool to clean.
Nice.
And because it's so flexible, you can use it to cut and serve lasagna, pizza, casseroles, brownies, pies, cakes. Yes. And then the petite carver is the one we cut the rope with.
Okay.
And what you want to think of this one for is just the in-between knife. Anything that's just too big for the trimmer, but a little bit too small for the carving knife.
Okay.
And it's, like I said, it's a great size, but it'll do a really good job of slicing muffins, bagels, and it's great for poultry, steaks, larger fruits and vegetables like a honeydew or cantaloupe, eggplant, squash. It's also really good for carving pumpkins. Okay.
I like that one.
Right. Oh, I see. So the next tool in your set is the turning fork. And it's neat because do you ever have trouble turning things on top of the stove?
Yeah, the food falls off.
Right.
Or slides around.
Right. Okay. Well, this has 3 long, extremely sharp tines that are shaped especially to make it easier to use. And how you do is you just pick this up and then you just kind of press and twist and see how nice that turns things.
Yeah.
And it's just great because you can use it for turning bacon, sausage, ham, chicken, French toast, stir-frying vegetables. It's also great for getting all of the pickles out of the jar. And you would use it with your petite carver for some small carving. And the next tool in your set is the butcher knife. Are you ever trying to cut something and you're pressing so hard that you feel like the knife might break or slip? Okay. Well, this is the protector and the money saver of the set. It'll protect all of your other tools from the job they shouldn't be doing.
Well, how much is this one?
Actually, I can definitely get that for you. At the end of the presentation, I'll go into it in a little more detail, compare and present the prices for you. But the way you want to use a knife like this is it's designed to split things. So you would give whatever you're cutting a good hit, put the palm of your hand up here, and it'll sort of rock the tough food apart. And what you can use this for is frozen hot dogs, ground beef, hamburger patties. It's also great for just joining chicken and turkey, other poultry. You can use it to separate ribs. You can also get through some tough squash that way. That's a handy tool. And then the next tool in your set is the chef knife. This is actually the petite chef. The full size just comes out a little bit longer. This knife has a really high knuckle clearance, so it's actually the safest knife in the set when you use it correctly. And actually, the best way to show you is, do you have a couple of carrots that I can use? You're definitely more efficient using a chef knife than you are using a smaller knife. And how you want to use a knife like this is, you know, carrots usually go flying all over the place. Okay? You put the tip on the board, so the tip should never leave the board. And you try to use the back portion of the blade, and you just rock. See how nice that goes?
That's perfect.
Isn't that beautiful? Yeah, go ahead and try it.
A little pile right there.
The tip leaves the board, and then slide this back. There you go. Perfect. How's that feel?
Wow, that is so easy. I've been doing it wrong all the time.
Right. The chef knife is great for dicing, mincing, chopping fruits and vegetables like onions, carrots, celery. The 5 S's.
Okay.
Salad, soup, stew, stir fry, and stuffing. Okay? That's what you want to keep that one in mind for. And then the next one in your set is the slicer. Ever smashed hot bread when you're trying to cut it?
Once or twice.
Right. Right. This slicer will really glide through piping hot homemade bread or French bread, and it's the longest double D in the set, so it'll give you a real straight, even slices. In fact, let me give you. I'll use the spread. This is a good example.
Right there.
Okay, what I want you to do
Okay.
is just hold by the back 2 rivets and sort of let the weight of the knife cut for you.
Okay.
Do the work for you, and I'll hold these.
Like this?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
It's great for obviously slicing bread, but it's also long enough to layer a whole cake, even angel food cake. You know, angel food cake usually looks like that. Ice cream cake, boneless meats and cheeses like a big ham. It's also great for shredding lettuce and cabbage for salad or coleslaw. Okay. The next tool in your set is the carver. And this is a beautiful knife, but it really just brings the tradition back of carving to the table rather than the electric knife you're hiding out in the kitchen and it rips and shreds.
It's a mess.
Right. It's a messy cut. And it's perfect for large roast, turkey, barbecue.
Okay.
And then the next tool that you would use with it is the carving fork, which has two long tines to anchor the meat and keep it from slipping. It's attractive for special occasions, but you can also use it for every day. And with the carver, it's your master carving set. You're the carver, okay? And then you have our table knives. This is the next tool, and these are great. They're not steak knives, and because we use them for every meal, breakfast, lunch, dinner, they have a rounded tip and a wide blade like a butter knife, but they also have a sharp edge like a steak knife.
Oh, okay.
And you can use a table knife. You would use it to spread butter on toast, cut a tomato on salad, or use it on your chicken and steak. And just to give you an idea of how that works, I do have some leather here, and I know you don't cook your meat with stuff, but just to give you an idea. Okay, we're going to try it with your steak knife first.
Okay.
Here you go.
Okay.
Now just put the back edge of the blade, and just pull one long stroke and see how you do. Okay, and then just sort of make it happen.
Okay.
There you go.
Ooh,
There you go.
There you go. That's easy.
Okay, now try it with the Cutco table knife.
Okay.
And the same method, just put the back edge there and just see if you can get through there.
Okay. Wow, look
Pretty
at
nice,
that.
huh?
That's amazing.
And remember the recessed edge that I was telling you about? Okay, now I'm going to hold it a little bit differently.
Okay.
And thaw a little bit to get it started, but then just press straight down.
Okay.
Woo! Isn't that great?
That's great. Oh my gosh.
So can you see how over a lifetime you would use every piece?
Definitely.
Well, anytime you have sharp cutlery, it needs to be stored safely, so we have two different options. These are our trays. You can slide those in a drawer, or you can hang them on a wall. And they're wood blocks. Look really nice. They're made of oak, and they have rubber pegs in the bottom to protect them from spills or slipping. Which do you prefer?
I like that oak block.
You like the block?
Yeah, that's nice.
Okay. Well, to complement your Homemaker Plate, we also have some kitchen tools. And they're really neat. They have this unique design called the chef's curve.
Okay.
See how it's angled right here?
Oh, yeah.
Design is at the very bottom of the pot, which I think
wow,
is
that's
really
a
nice.
nice feature.
And what these really do is they just replace all those mismatched tools that everybody seems to accumulate. So you've got the basting spoon, which is basically for serving all foods, the slotted spoon for green beans, corn, the slotted turner for flipping burgers, pancakes, cookies, the mixer, whipping eggs, sauces, drinks, the ladle for soups and punches and chili type stuff, and then the rack can either hang and hold the whole set, or you can get the matching wood top for that.